can just change the eye expression or something with that. And there's no options.
To go to
Don't think about it too hard. Don't think about it too hard. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. I'm the elite sniper. Don't know. The elitist. Elite! Stacks the side stream! Elite sniper! Wow, I'm enjoying video games. God, I'm dumb. Jeez, okay. Well, finally back. Fire slurs. You're the new Tails! Come on, you bastards. It's good enough for George. So
seats! Oh boy! I'm not enjoying this.
Jesus Christ, are you okay?
Oh,
Are you okay?
it's a good.
It's me, Shadow T Hedgehog, and I'm here to say, suck my hedgehog penis. That's right, I've got one. My Gerald gave me a hedgehog penis. I don't know why he did that, but he sure as fuck did. This is ethical. Oh yeah, that gets out of the car. I'm noticing some minor glitches in this version that weren't in the original.
Bad day for a hangover.
Bro, you have healing powers. And what?
Get your filthy fucking claw off my trailer.
It's time! Pizza thing! Yeah, again, by being a clunkier game, it's a kind of a better stealth game! What the fuck? Never seen that one before! Don't worry. Video game. Hello everybody, I'm here. I'm Zoe. I'm here. So yeah, there was I wanted to join in with Jackbox stream on Wednesday, so I took a break from the one thing I was doing this month, I guess. I've already realised that Disco Elysium it's not gonna be finished by the end of the month, is it? It ain't getting finished. Like, I'm gonna be playing this in January as well. So Disco Elysium month continues. Although yet again, I'm not gonna end up playing exclusively Disco Elysium because my birthday streams on Monday, and I want to do something special. I want to do. I'm doing Among Us with friends because that's what I do instead of a birthday party, basically. And also, what's the word? I might be busy on Wednesday because it's the holidays. So, in addition, fuck knows if that's gonna be a day I'm able to play Disco Elysium as well. Hooray! Welcome to this. Also, my throat is a little bit shattered. Yeah, last time, classier last name, fucked my bean hardcore. My bean is freaked. I have 2 level up skill points. I forgot about that completely, almost. Yeah, talking to Gart. Next night I will be talking to Classier about some stuff, but I want to ask when Kim is not around. But basically I need to go downstairs and have a nice chat with everybody. Just a nice friendly chat. A nice friendly chat with everybody. I need to visit this. This one's at 9 o'clock, so I want to remember that. Fishing Village has some stuff there. Hand-eye coordination could be used to work out the bullet. That's actually a pretty valid reason to up my hand-eye coordination right now. Not one of the skills I wasn't necessarily planning to level up, but honestly I might do it. Finding morale on the other bank. A lot of this stuff is going to be that, but I also technically should be finding out the lady driver and her lorry, which I'll be honest, chat, I've got a bit of a I've forgotten to turn on chat integration again, haven't I? Don't worry, I'll deal with that in a second. I just want to talk this through first, let people filter in before I go to the BRB screen fucking immediately. But I would like some item to boost Half-Light. I don't particularly want Half-Light to be a skill I am permanently statted into, but a item of clothing that gives me half light. Now that's a different story, right? I might actually boost my hand-eye coordination in order to do the bullet check. That seems fair enough, honestly. I am also kind of just like... There's other things I could do, I'm sure, that'll need level ups at some point. But I am actually... Because I have 2 level ups right now, I can afford to spare one. Also, what am I working on? I have a Koduma Madakwa. And I do have Barmer de Million. But I don't really feel like doing either of those. I'll be honest, I just feel like doing other ones. I have also been told by people who've played the game that selling items is a bad idea. I've sold a lot of items, lads. I've sold so many bloody items. It's kind of bad how many items I sold in hindsight. I'm actually quite worried, I'll be honest. But also, I need to just quickly turn on streamer mode. Need to integrate my Twitch. I forgot to do this before the stream started. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's apparently all I miss out on is dialogue. So I'm not... Oh, I accidentally closed something. I did not mean to. Whoopsie doopsie. Reopened quite quickly. Don't worry about it. But yeah. I don't think it was necessarily, oh, you played it wrong. It was more shock that I'd done it on that person's part. Oh my, who turned off the... Oh my god, because it just turns on the different overlays automatically, doesn't it? Shite. Okay, so Disco Elysium automatically turned itself off while I was playing Jackbox, so this would have broken regardless. But and I guess I probably forgot. I think I may have also forgotten to turn off my, what's it called? My I may have also forgotten to turn off my trying to remember what the words are. I should have turned on the Twitch integration for Jackbox, actually, in hindsight. Whoopsie doopsie. Oh well. I was, I needed the brain space. I wanted to just hang out for that one, I'll be honest. But yeah, I looked in the mirror. This was a mistake. Oh yes, the checks. Let's go through these quick. Conceptualizing sunglasses. Man from Heimdall. I could go back and do. Conceptualization impossible. I think I need to come to some sort of realization before I can do that, if I remember correctly. I may have already done it. Oh wait, it was that was Jamais Vu. The fundamental question, what world are we in? That's the one I need to talk to her about. And I guess I should probably... I'm trying to think about this role-playing wise as well, like... At some point, I might need to start forgetting some things in here. But I need to think of it as... This game is very much role-playing. That's the fun way to do this. So yeah, I want to go talk to her at some point. The ice cream maker, I'm just going to be like, we'll get to something else for that later, I'm sure. Was that kicking the trash container? No, that one I've already done. No need for that. Measure head, no. The map wall. Ah, that was, yeah, stealing something I don't want to steal. Warded door, do not need to bash that down. Barbell does not need to be done. Padlocked door, the net picker, and barred door are more of a later thing, right? Yeah, those are for later. So first, I'm just You know, sorry, I spent a bit more time than usual, so I'm just re-getting my bearings. Hold on, I talked to her about the window being new.
This window is pristine on the inside.
No additionals that I'm seeing. No, let me downstairs, please. Oh, I see. That's why the stairs are like that. Good game design. You helped me potentially. Okay, so I need to talk to. I should talk to a few people about the stuff I've discovered. Let's start with Gart.
Can I help you?
I saw another thing at the whirling.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
There's a peephole in the wall.
What wall?
Upstairs in the secret back room, right next to Classia's bedroom. I think it's used to looking in on guests.
I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the whirling does not abide spying on its guests.
The colour has drained from his face.
Are you sure you haven't been spying on your guests?
Absolutely not. Fuck you for even implying it. It wasn't me. It wasn't my staff. The establishment will look at it and ascertain what it was.
Well, he's definitely not lying. He wouldn't endanger this business like that.
Sir, he was only asking a question. It's his job and mine. See that it's covered.
Yes, I absolutely will. Sorry, it's been a bit of a day. And now a hole in the wall.
Yeah, you've been notified.
Thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Was there something else about the establishment?
Oh yeah,
I
no,
hope
speaking
not.
of which, I got into the back room behind the blue steel door.
Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
He's really holding himself back here. It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind the door.
Aren't you going to ask me what's back there?
Okay, what is back there?
Pinball machines. Pinball workshop.
Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean.
Why do you want to play? Because I might bet for a game.
No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
He was wondering about something business related, about how much money he could make off one.
Think you've turned this place back into a pinball arcade?
No, but we could diversify the entertainment options, seeing as you've opened the door back there. The machine we have in the corner now is broken. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here, other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble.
I mean, I think it caused some rather wonderful moments when I did it.
Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now. Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear that it's part of the doomed commercial area. He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
Classia in room 3, she nicked the phone line.
Why? No, fuck it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know why these degenerates do what they do. I thought we had one good guest in the building.
He really doesn't like it being classier.
I've learned that. Lynn's a good customer.
Yeah, well, she's not a guest, is she?
What? Did someone mention my name?
We were just paying you a compliment. And finding out a degenerate from room 3 nicked the phone line.
Please
Everything is
don't
okay
get
here.
good. He yells, then turns to you.
Good thing that guest pays for her stuff on time. I'll forward her the bill and be done with it. Was there anything else?
I have to warn you, I may have discovered the whirling is part of the doomed commercial area.
What? Why would you say that? We're at a completely different address from that whole thing.
So he knows of the doomed commercial area and its address. He's thought about this.
The whirling is on the intercom outside, as one of the businesses in Building B. You should get your wiring fixed. I tried to call and couldn't reach you.
I've been working here for a long time, and that intercom has never been used by the whirling.
The whirling was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade, where it failed. It's only a matter of... So, perhaps the whirling will escape the curse.
Does this look like part of a doomed commercial area? This pre-revolutionary tilework? These high ceilings? The nice rooms? Well, most of the rooms. For 14 years, man. That's how long I've worked here. I've kept this place up through hail and through sleet. Fuck me, if some doom ghost...
That is his voice.
He's done a fine job too. Though he's spoken of the place dismissively before, the hostel is actually very important to him.
Who owns this place, by the way?
Some real estate management company. They never come around here, just collect money from afar. Honestly, I think some money laundering might be involved.
You already care about the whirling, huh?
Yeah, it's slowly growing on me again. It's beautiful in its own way, especially for this neighborhood. I've been trying to keep it that way. Even if it is part of the damn doomed commercial area.
Really shouldn't be so worried about the label, you know.
I don't place much stock in the curse and so on, but the label frightens the clientele. Who wants to stay at a doomed hostel? Everything's doomed enough without that.
And who named it Lord in Rags?
Well, it sure as hell wasn't the real estate company.
It was you?
You're surprised? What? It's a great name, I know. Cafeteria managers come up with great names too. It's from a song.
Really?
Hail, Holy Queen, by the Ateniers. Hail, Holy Queen of the Sea. You're whirling in rags, you're vast and you're sad.
Good pick.
Honestly, like... You know what, guards? You're growing on me a bit, mate. I think I was being a bit mean to you earlier, but, you know, you're okay. What are the other cafeterias?
What about them? One is a basement dive frequented by chain-smoking communists. I can't tell you how sick I am of Kraz Mazov and Ignis Nielsen and all those old ghosts.
Okay, you have burned some of your goodwill there.
He's hesitating, not sure if he should share this information with you. Encourage him.
And the others?
The other is a kebab cart. It's very successful in its way, but it's nothing like the whirling.
Good luck.
Luck has got nothing to do with it. I need to think about where I'm going to place those pinballs. I have a feeling they're going to help. So, if you didn't have anything else to tell me about my establishment... Yes?
Goodbye. Hey. No matching entry found. No! No, quote Bart! You failed me once more. Hi, Aria. I hope you're doing good. Back to Disco Elysium. Woo. Anyway, yeah, I've done that. Oh shit, it's been at least a day, hasn't it? I should call back. Also, oh goodness, 3 points at this point? You know what? Yeah, I'm putting one in hand-eye coordination and I'm going for the bullet. Quickly. I'll need to make sure my outfits are all the good ones for hand-eye. You know what? Put this hat on. Yeah. It's normal thing to do. It's a normal thing to do. Completely normal thing to... I'm also noticing some of the clothes are actually worn by other people in the world. Like, I've just realised these are the glasses that the guy in the pawn shop wears. They've actually done probably a decent job. Huh. They probably...
The bullet is still safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp.
Oh, it's still really low, isn't it? Oopsie. Okay, chat, I'm about to press the help me button. I'm sorry, Aria. The culling was... I wish I could have avoided that, I'll be honest. But yeah, no. Silver, no. We gotta press the button. Silver, no. No. My boosts. Silver, my boosts. How hard this check was, I'll be honest.
A rifle, revolutionary period. Your bullet
Holy
looks to
shit.
be an old 4.46mm from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique.
Like,
The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Belmargrave rifle, a Revacholian manufacturer. The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulindian theatre of the anti-centennial revolution 50 years ago.
is anyone still making these rifles?
No, but Zeliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war. So there are still a lot of these old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling.
Who uses Belmargrave rifles these days?
Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for a well-preserved antique, most likely.
I am increasingly thinking I've sold the murder weapon.
What are you thinking? Bullet?
I think I know where this came from.
Okay. And?
Belmargrave rifle.
An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez or anywhere in Ravachol, really.
Why not?
Sure, there's some arms trafficking, but the laws prohibiting the use of breech loaders we inherited from the monarchy have been effective, from what I've seen. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end.
Prohibiting peacetime law enforcement to front-loaded rifles is a policy enforced by the Moralist International in all the nations of the Real Belt.
Worth what? Getting shot?
Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without pausing to reload. After the first shot, the second, third, and so on come much easier. But back to the investigation.
Okay. Well, armed jamrock bangers started crossing over into Martinez.
Let's find out. Next step, finding the gun itself.
Okay. Well, it has nothing to say then. But I did it. Bullet. Envelope for Claire that needs the signatures. My thing. My book on communism. My medicine book that I never got to read yet. This one. About working firearm. Oh, thank goodness, the one I found didn't work. So it's likely not that one. Oh god, I'm just real worried I sold the fucking murder weapon. Oh god. I mean, this adds a new element to it, doesn't it? I guess. I put my tie back on. Oh yeah, my coat gives me hand-eye coordination, I forgot. Come on, let's get back to the normal outfit, eh? There. Perfect. I have put my outfit back on. I am perfect now. Anyway, I need to go talk to... Oh wait, these dudes? What's the... I want to wear for that, I guess. Honestly, this might be a better one. Boosts empathy. And drama's good for lies. These ones do again. Logic down authority. No, I want empathy if I'm going to be doing things. Okay, let's have a nice chat, eh?
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Are you the Hardy girl?
I am not.
Says dryly.
You could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
We'll talk later, mate. I've got a confirmation you are not the Hardy.
Clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
Sorry to interfere, Titus, but let's go over the rape victim again.
Again? Seriously, man. Fine.
Nothing.
Fire away.
Yep. Nothing additional.
Yeah, whatever.
Elysium says she wasn't raped.
Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
You've hit a nerve. Titus is furious. No, more than that. The loyal Titus feels betrayed.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
She was very lucid.
She wasn't raped. The witnesses' statements were very clear.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her.
We really didn't push her that much. Or at all, really.
And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Titus Hardy!
A voice rings through the room like a warning shot.
Success. Titus backs off. Fists down, everybody.
Everard personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
The room is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. The rest of the cafeteria has gone quiet, too. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape.
Oh, got him on tape, have you? That would be rather interesting and useful information to have. Tattooed man.
Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Titus still breathing heavily.
Here, jerkwad, listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
So what's on this tape?
What's on it? We call it the door gun a mega mix. You'll know why. Won't you listen to it?
Where did you get this tape?
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that.
You bugged them. How?
We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Interesting. Does that imply? That might be why Glacier was so paranoid about people listening to calls. Because they are very much capable of that.
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
Which of you is doing this advanced radio work then?
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
The chief picks his beer back up to offer a silent toast.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
Okay, it's time for me to listen to the tape then.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy.
of course. Thanks. Fine, I'll listen to it.
You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
Before that...
Yeah? What about it?
I don't want to say any of these
You
things.
do that.
Just to repeat. I don't want to be like, you lied to me. Because that's not beneficial right now. What we're trying to do is trying to get them to cooperate. And this... Probably the mercenaries record. Requires a boombox to play. And I'm gonna go somewhere quiet because I don't want to play this in the middle of the cafeteria. And I'm not sure if this game will know about that. So I'm gonna go to my room. Yeah, it's pretty normal idle cop. Especially given the circumstances. Come on. Okay, Kim. Just gotta quickly. We got a boombox, Kim. I knew this would come in handy. Here's some more evidence, baby.
The portal reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader.
Play the tape.
You push Command Set, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
Blimey, Kim. Good job.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style.
Okay, so... casually threatening to rape someone. That's wonderful.
Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The tape is empty.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrête on your portal reel. The tape stops spinning.
What was that at the very end? Silence?
End of recording.
What do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
He sounded kind of inebriated.
Still.
The lieutenant looks at the tape. You're familiar with this look now. It's his look of suspicion.
There's more going on here than we know.
Yeah. Who's this Corsi?
One of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to. A friend of his.
Koi Hoi, then.
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
He was there?
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. Or maybe Kohoi is just merc talk for atrocity, slaughter.
Okay, what now?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony. At least to some degree.
Yeah.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night. The contrast feels chilly, inappropriate even.
Oh god, that's... problem here is... oh god, no, the thing is, Classy is... I'm compromised. I won't know what Classy... if Classy is telling the truth. I don't think I can trust my empathy with her. But Spiritual and Shivers, they're not to do with her. Let's use skills that aren't logic. I'm just trying to... I wish you could save clothing builds. That would be convenient, but I guess it would be a bit of a pest to deal with. The drama. I'm going to go logical. I'm not gonna... I need to conceptualize think and not necessarily rely on my emotions here, because my emotions are compromised. Things like composure, those just sort of stick around. I'm going to take this for boosted Inland Empire, in fact. I do need to go talk to her about this, though. This is bringing some stuff into quite sudden... Oh, wait. Free bottle. Let's rob a woman of her bottles. Yes. No, I misclicked. Sorry, Kim. Let's talk to a woman.
I was just thinking, what a nice day for questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Titus Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention to commit rape.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring as the porcelain meets the metal table. This does not surprise her.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions, only that he was never bad to me.
In this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Those are the exact words he used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
Pick the cut back up.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Yes, the word whore was mentioned.
He liked the way it sounded when he said it. As to Kohoi?
The young woman lights a new cigarette with the butt of her old one.
He wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Wait. Think he was trying to scare people?
No. I'm pretty sure he did all those things. And then had to internalize them to keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
Is the word. Don't make a catchphrase or persona. I think persona.
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezud all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
When he said he was done, and done mentally, it didn't sound like a joke. It sounded like a deeply troubled man.
That's empathy about something not relating to her, though. Maybe she's lying. Said he was mentally done. That sounds like a broken man to me. It's possible she's just heard the tape. She's trying to convince us that she knows enough that she doesn't have to, but it's possible she literally just heard the tape. It says mentally done. That sounds like a broken man to me.
Well, maybe I pieced him back together with my magical personality.
Aren't you afraid?
Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but girls are evil. Had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be in Kohoi. I would be tearing it up Soldier of the Apocalypse style.
Arya has a point. I was playing on a boombox in the room below, but I'm not sure whether it's unclear how much sound would have gone through the floor.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? Here in Martinez, I mean?
I'm just wondering if there was ever a better place to play it, even. Like, if it turns out this game is taking that sort of thing into account, I will be very shocked. That seems like a level of detail that would not usually be covered by a game.
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
There is a small measure of pride in her that she could quell the rage in such a being.
It's there, you're compromised, mate.
What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
The suggestions, logic, I trust logic.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
I've had some time. Can you tell us more about the victim?
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start.
Down his notebook.
We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink. The last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
Where is Lelystad? Place, I mean.
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary: cows, silos, and wheat.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was occidental, not mondial. I'll update the form.
You were both from Monja? Oranje?
Yes.
Yeah.
We were
Right.
compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrijk. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
How old was he, miss?
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
Yeah, no, Panda, yeah. That's a headphone issue. So usually I've taken to not using my headphones wirelessly while I'm on stream because it affects the audio like this. Like, for some reason, the wireless headphones just weird, echoey bassiness comes through all the audio. I'm not sure why it does that. The issue is the cable I use to make these headphones not wireless is fucked. It keeps cutting out. I cannot cope with it. It was this or no headphones, basically, for this stream. So, I chose this. I didn't actually mention it at the start, but it's at least good to know that people notice. But yeah, the cable seemingly broke last stream. Hopefully, It's just a standard, like, headphone jack to headphone. Oh no, that's slightly smaller, actually. Shit. Look, hopefully I'll be able to get a replacement cable, but it's unlikely I'll be able to do that until after the holidays at this point. Because, it's Christmas Eve tomorrow. I ain't getting that shit until the new year. So, and even if I could get it before the new year, I don't think I'd want to. Yeah, I notice it. I'm going to put it that way. Yeah. I should over 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no.
Memory makes us smile.
We even celebrated his birthday, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
We were slightly off then. Thank you for clearing it up.
Hey, colour?
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face.
Yeah, I believe the headphones are doing some sort of bass boosting thing. But the thing is, I don't know how to change it. Like, legit. I don't know. I didn't do anything in the audio settings to cause this. This just happens when my Bluetooth headphones are connected. I have no clue. Might be something that headphones do themselves. I don't know how to fix it other than plugging it in. Oh, God. Oh, no, I don't want to fiddle with this. She stops her eyes half closed, then continues.
Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
Don't really agree with that. I've heard him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
No, I've already dealt with that issue, Silver, because when it was the wrong version of that, when it's using the headphone mic, I hear my voice at all times. I had a lot of trouble fixing that when I was doing Discord calls with these for the first time. It was an unpleasant time to be using these headphones. He seems to enjoy the word.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
Interesting. I too have stroked his hair. You know what, chat? Decide for me. I feel like I will discover something from this, but my anxiety will not let me do this unless somebody else tells me. And none of you fuckers voted. I too have stroked his hair.
Oily, isn't it? We have that in common now.
She draws on her cigarette and lets the smoke link from in her mouth.
She understands what autopsies entail. It doesn't get her off balance.
Oh, I couldn't even throw her off. Blimey. Oof. Yeah, that is... No reaction is way more unnerving. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, tattoo, what did it mean?
Oh, that.
It's clear she liked it.
You liked it?
Quite a lot, yes.
It was a matter of his service history?
Sure, service history. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
How so?
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Is this Orani's lit?
Don't interrupt.
He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?"
Points at the air with her sharp-nailed finger, picking out an imaginary tattoo star.
And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bad shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
Would the woman in this?
Oh yeah.
Can you tell us precisely what these mean?
No thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
What's this house?
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orania needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people on the Seminine Islands, and on other islands too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
What a very fun story.
It is when you're high. It can be very exciting then. You have the tools to deal with it. It's not a very nice story to remember when you're sober. A change of topic?
Tell me something odd. Did he enjoy his death?
Why do you ask?
It's just a feeling I have. Indulge me.
Well, it's wrong. He had too many drinks to down and too many bad things to do. Couldn't tap out just yet.
Everything checks out here. It's all A-OK. Good answer.
I don't believe you, drama. I don't believe you. We requested a semen screening from processing.
Good for you.
What do you think it will tell us?
I don't know how a semen sample works, officers. How many days after intercourse does it have to be? I don't even know if he had sex with someone else. We didn't go steady.
Is she avoiding anything? Technically not.
I don't know what you even mean, rhetoric. I don't trust you, but...
Technically not. Come on, man. Listen. You can't trust them. It's just you and me.
Okay, so... Yeah, no, I agree with Volition. Like, I don't think... I think she might be avoiding something. Would it be love that did him in?
It very well could be, yes.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean?
He told me. Love did him in.
That's not funny, officer.
Her voice is like a slash through the air. Her shoulders tense up.
That's the first time I've actually managed to touch a nerve.
There. She momentarily lost control over straight back guy. It appears that she feels guilty.
Guilty?
Of course I do. I'm hungover. I feel guilty about everything.
Do you feel guilty about what happened to him?
I think Inland Empire might actually be the fucking key to this. God, I hate that it might be the key to this.
Among many other things, yes. I could have done something. There's always something he can do, right? Ask me something else.
I think we're finished for now.
Alright.
Lieutenant puts a slip back into his notes and observes the woman for a moment.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
We'll return to this later. Let's go in this way this time, Kim. Shortcut!
You clearly see footprints.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else.
Something about the footprints. What did I gain? I guess it's because I put something in and out of my head. It's interesting that they keep track of that, even if it's not something you've actually you actually done anything with. Okay, I'll need more information. Oh, torch isn't a bad call there, Panda. Well, I'll try that. Will the torch unveil anything that I might have missed?
You clearly see
Jackpot.
large prints. One person has been everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross.
No additional information, I'm afraid. Yeah, no, it's a dark room. Like, there's a light, I guess, but like... Yeah, let's take the lift. Only 7 p.m. Let's see if there's anything else I can get outside this right now.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now?
Yep, sorry, friendo. Just checking if I talked to Classy about the tape.
And
nothing. She sounds about what she said.
that fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
Yeah, it was bad, honestly. It's better to have more effect.
No shit, it was bad. The fuck did she say then? It's all fuckadoodle fine. This is what people are supposed to talk like?
It didn't come as a surprise to her, and she wasn't scared.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good goddamn psycho whore. Alright. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
Her voice is a bit softer than earlier.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawmen?
Maybe she isn't who you thought she is.
Nah. I know her. She's just a girl. In over her head.
She's a hardcore party girl with a bigger death wish than mine.
Yeah. You're right about that. She takes way too many drugs.
Well, it's as they say. You can't do anything with an underdose.
The mask says with a philosophical look in his eyes.
Yeah, but I mean, she has an actual drug problem. Not like you. Not like us. I don't think I've ever seen her sober.
Maybe he is still in denial, like a defense mechanism.
Yeah, maybe. That is a possibility.
He does not sound very convinced anymore.
He's straightening Titus. What really happened?
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too are growing increasingly silent.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck on!"
Throws his beer can down.
That lying scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over.
Yeah.
There's silence in the room. Lane starts saying something and thinks best not to.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
I think I need to boost my rhetoric. I want to do that check. I think Tyler should. Maybe Tyler did. But unfortunately, there's also like 19 seconds until the ad break, so, well. Time to do a quick BRB, do a stretch, do a breathe, get a drink of water, piss. You know, the usual. And I will be back momentarily. Hurrah, everybody. Did you forget that cis men existed for a second there, Dax? Yes. By being a clunkier game, it's a kind of a better stealth game. What the fuck? Never seen that one before. This is actually cool. Yeah, that gets out of I'm noticing some minor glitches in this version that weren't in the original. Anyway, fine. I'm not deep. I do love thinking things like, yeah, there's just a cat full of animals here, why not? Hey buddy, are you okay? Norman, new tales! A lot of visual information. It's Okily dokily. Artiki. Choky. What the fuck am I on about? Video games. Okay, I'm putting on an outfit and I'm talking to Titus Hardy. I just need to I need to get some. God, what was it I needed to boost? Hold on. It was a check. That is, of course, I'm having issues with this thing's scroll wheel still. It's not a white check, is it? It was rhetoric. It was rhetoric. Okay. Gotta boost my rhetoric. You And start putting you in a different place so I can remember that you're the one with stats. You do not boost that. Rhetoric. I feel like I have something that boosts rhetoric. Okay, I have something that lowers rhetoric. So maybe I shouldn't call it rhetoric. Maybe I should be calling it rhetoric. Like, maybe that's how you're supposed to pronounce words. I don't know. I just need to make sure I'm not. Yeah. We're good.
It's you again. What is it?
Hey, chat. I'm about to press the button. I'm just about to press the button that'll boost this to a 50% chance, hopefully. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Panda, I hate that you've reminded me about that game. Okay, so I actually own the VR game that Justin Roiland made before that garbage gun game, and I do intend to at some point go through and see if I question everything I knew about things. Hey, thanks everybody!
Clausia is playing them like a fiddle.
Piss.
Tell them how bad they got played, and they'll tell you the truth. There are many ways to go about it. All of them really good.
Guys are always telling me they are good and then they aren't.
Those are the other guys. My shit is solid gold. You can trust me.
Can I? All those ideas look really bad.
Oh, you don't like these arguments? Let's see you come up with your own then. Come on, everyone's waiting. Where are they? Why is Goldmouth mean to him? Something is wrong. It doesn't look like he's succeeding. Whatever, just do the fiddle thing, sire. It'll be artistic. And if you've already done it, do it again.
Kim! No, gone! I'm going to tell you a little story about Kim here. It's the same thing happened to me. She meant for me too. Okay, I've been wronged. Okay, and it's clear you're being played like a fiddle.
No, we fucking ain't, asshole. No one's fiddling anyone in here.
No, Glenn. I want to hear this. Who do you think is fucking fiddling me?
His Pitish is a whore. Yeah. The dramatic finale in the imaginary fiddle. The hunter becomes the hunter. Who do you think? Keeps playing the imaginary fiddle, grins savagely. Wants to be good options. Where are they?
Oh, you want more good options? Here we go.
Oh,
so good.
And your face fiddle thing upstairs. Fiddle, fiddle, fiddle. Titus, pussy boy, drastically put the fiddle down. You and I both know where this is going. These are all terrible. Okay, you know what? Chat, I'm about to press the button that lets you vote for which of these terrible options I do. Please, guide me. Guide me, chat. I need to know the worst possible choice. Come on! I have 2 options! Good lord, what is happening to me? I missed that one, actually. You know what? I'm going for it. Good lord, what's happening to me?
Yeah. What is happening to you? Are you on narcotics?
They're dripping down your skull.
No. My partner is a spiritual man. He was a minister before joining the RCM. Many of us were.
Kim?
He's working really, really hard to spin this.
He is.
Time to move to more earthly matters. Like what really happened here. Detective?
He has his fingers up your nose. The snapping noise.
I do not understand. This fiddle play totally fell apart. The concept was solid, but the delivery tragically off. You sounded like a madman, not a cop.
I'm gonna leave now. Bye-bye. Off I go to sob into my Cheerios. Fuck. You know, I'm not going to try that again immediately. I could technically try that again immediately because I have level up points, but I feel like maybe I shouldn't. I feel like maybe I fucked that up and I should deal with it later. Yeah. That's about night, yeah. Let's take a quick break. Armored gloves, murder weapon. Okay, a working one, yes, and mine wasn't. Morale, the zoologist. Blues, geometry, clothes in the trash. That might take a while. Okay, the armor. Where's the... Hey, what? Oh, hold on, there's a thing there. Panda pushed the wrong thing. Something down there. Must be able to chase that and bring it in. It's there. Interesting. I need to make a phone call. I should not have told you that I used it to minus your desired
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Up the radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Have you heard back from the ICP about the serial number?
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt, sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Semenine conflict. So, it seems the armor went to Semenine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
You know what it's called now?
The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
Armor like this isn't mass-produced. It would have probably been fitted. Perhaps there's a record of who signed for this particular suit of armor.
Suit of armor this would have been customized to fit the wearer. There must be a record of the person who it was issued.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
This is a fun challenge for her, an opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Yes, thank you, officer. I really appreciate your efforts in this case.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then.
Okie dokie.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
It's nice that she wants to help. But yeah. Call her back next time, I guess. Just gotta keep calling back. Just gotta keep calling back. Competition. I need to talk to Kim about the pissing competition.
Yes?
Case
What do
again.
you want to know?
Now that you inspected the scene, I want to know more about this pissing competition you mentioned.
What's there to say? It's just stupidity.
What kind of stupidity?
The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So we've let the Union make a mockery of law enforcement here, and now it's come to its natural conclusion.
So there's a struggle who runs Martinez.
Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. It's an orphan district, in other words. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest with 102 cases solved. What I am is least interested in a pissing competition.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary.
I wonder what it says about me that I was sent by my station. He raises an eyebrow. He best make you look in style or inclusion. I am the finest we have. A hero cops to outperform you in every way imaginable. Or apocalyptic moments at my people. Guess my message. Scared I think I might have supernatural abilities. Or an unbelievable kill account. I'm really scared, but I think I might have supernatural abilities.
He opens one hand and looks at it. A moment passes.
Which school do you subscribe to? Mambo or Jambo?
Which is the one I hear Ty talk to you, Mambo. I visit Fury, I see them feel things. Jambo, I get strange shivers and being hungover before a chill whisk down my back. I imagine strange things and get cold. Which is the one where you hear your Ty talk to you?
Mental illness.
Because I have that.
So, the 41st Precinct sent you because you are the most mentally ill out of all the officers at your station?
I don't know. I don't remember any of the other officers.
Of course.
Sounds like you just answered this question. What's so special about Martinez?
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports. Most of our colleagues don't even know how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
A tremble comes over you. Another after effect of ethanol poisoning, perhaps. Feels like leaves do when they rustle in the breeze, somewhere far away, below the turbine. The 41st and the 57th. The lieutenant was right. It's not about who gets what's north. It's about who doesn't.
Okay, turn off the competition then. Tell me something else.
Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
He's actually glad it's addressed now.
Oh, logic. I think I might need to logic it out quick. In which case I need my logic clothes. Put on the smart shirt. Gotta put on my shirt that makes me smart. Come on everybody, I can't remember what all of my things do. Da. I've put on my logic shirt. Do I have +2 logic? Yes I do. Hey Kim,
Yes?
what do you think about this?
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to slight Precinct 57.
Yeah, that makes more sense than the other stuff I thought of.
Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late and argues with his necktie. You weren't sent here to win.
One of my prisons sent me on this case because I'm a fuck up. Like, as a joke.
I've considered it.
It's true.
It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional, but I also think it's somewhat unlikely.
That.
I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win.
Ah, so you are their finest.
I am the finest of nothing.
You really see me as a safe bet?
Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. We've only just started working together, so I don't know what it is yet. But it's there. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
He's right. There are no airtight theories, just paranoia. You've given it some thought. Now let it go.
I'm sorry, Kim likes me. It's really nice that Kim believes in me. I'm gonna put on my punch shirt. I'm gonna put on my trousers. I'm gonna put on my jeans. I'm gonna go do a cop time. I don't want to ask that dude. I can't. No. That's my honor points on the line for that one. I've decided what I'm going to do to solve this issue. I'm going to punch a man. I'm going to punch a Nazi in the face. And chat, I really need you to help me punch a Nazi in the face. It's very important that I punch this man in the face. Just incredibly important that I punch him in the face. You understand? If I don't successfully punch this man in the face, like right in the fucking face, I don't know what I'll do. It'll be quite bad. So, come on everybody. I've got to punch a Nazi right in his fucking face. I think that's what I'm doing now. I'm going off and I'm going to punch this Nazi right in his goddamn face.
That felt good. Your heart's pounding nicely. You should tell people to fuck off more often. No, you shouldn't. You're an officer of the law.
Kim, I think I should tell people to fuck off more. It felt really good.
Not as a general rule, but that one was justified. Better to get the lay of the land before telling people to fuck off.
Yeah, no, definitely will, but fuck yeah.
That's the spirit. Never forget. The whole world's a wooden house, and you're a goddamn flamethrower.
Maybe I should regret my lean into violence.
Looking for something odd? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Okay. I really want to punch this racist lorry driver in the face. I would like you, chat, to please help me punch this racist lorry driver in the face. Even 30% is too much, potentially. So, I'm going to press the button in 3, 2, 1, now. Please help me boost the physical stat, so I can punch a Nazi in the face. I would like to punch this Nazi in the face, please. Please assist me in punching this Nazi in his fucking face. Thank you, chat.
Men like this only respect two things: strength and fear. Time to turn up the volume.
Show me her lorry right fucking now. The lady's lorry, where is it?
Fuck you, I told you. I'm not gonna...
There. His voice grows smaller as yours.
I'm gonna fuck you for the rest of my life. I'm gonna sell them. I've been to your fucking lorry. I know where it is. I'm gonna burn it down, do you hear me?
Look, fuck you, man. It's some lorry down there. Green banged up thing. I don't fucking know who she is.
When did she go away?
I don't know. I don't even know her name. She just rolls with the fleet and acts like a big shot. Some dyke, probably. I haven't even seen her for days.
Exactly as her lorry.
Past the monument. Down there. The Green Temple. Now leave me the fuck alone, okay?
A small temple by the monument. Green. Let's get into that lorry.
Looks like he got his adrenaline up, too.
Right, I'm going. Never talk to me or my son ever again. What did I fucking say? Okay. Now to put on the calm down clothes. Let's put on the calm down clothes, Harry. Harry, it's time. Time for us to put on the calm clothes. Have a nice calm down. There we are. Hey, Hazza. There we go. And now I don't need make a man betray his friend. And all it cost me was the ability to threaten. All it meant is that I have a bad temper now. Here it is. There's the lorry.
This screen found A to Z Contemporain is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
This must be the one he told us about, unless he was lying.
Tried peeking the window.
The glass on the side windows is tinted and covered with dust. You can barely make out the shape of a seat and 2 steering levers. Posters cover the small windows in the back. You can't make out what's on them. It feels like you're peeking into someone's home residence. Inside it's private, cozy, warm, dusty too.
By the door handle.
The door is locked. The handle looks shiny, like it's recently replaced.
How are you going to get this open, Kim?
Use the pry bar to smash the window. Open it from the inside.
Really?
This has been hard enough. No need to make it any harder.
Okay, I guess. Well, good job I've got my physical instrument shirt still on. Time to do a violence!
This screen found A to Z Contemporain is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days. With a firm grip,
holy
raise
shit.
the pry bar. A glint of light catching on the tip. Call down the hammer of truth and justice. Release your secrets, lorry cabin.
Smash it. Fuck the police. I'm sorry. I think we're in a fuck the police mood.
The window shatters and droplets of glass fly everywhere, shattering over the lorry floor and pavement.
Subtle.
Says the lieutenant and sticks the hand in the window like a common car thief and then opens it.
The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals. There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of the seat where the toolbox should be.
Admire the posters.
These are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye, a centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat. There's definitely perfume in the air. It's spicy, with a hint of amberette, wafting through the bitter air of the cabin.
Oh, moderation cue? Okay, hold on a second. Would be fine, but... no Twitch moderation queue, and my Discord is currently switched off, so because I'm streaming, I didn't feel the need to have it on. So I'm going to have to check on my phone quick in case that's what you're talking about. DM me if it's something that you don't want to mention on stream, Arya. We're having a fucking... Nope, nothing in the Discord one either. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, nothing in the auto mod. That's all. It should. Yeah, usually it's just full of MILFs, but like, no, it didn't even tell me, Aria. It wasn't like something I could fix. Usually it tells me to check those messages. Nothing at all. That's bizarre, honestly. Apologies. Yeah, keep an eye out, Aria. Try not to say anything else like that for a bit, because if Twitch is moderating you rather than me, I can't do anything about it. And I would rather you not get banned. Even if it is completely unfairly, in my opinion. Stop and wonder, what's that smell?
The remnants of a sweet juniper-scented perfume. Probably grenade number 5.
Study the centerfold.
The actress is draped in a sheathed dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera. feeling of tenderness washes over you. A longing even, perhaps. And gentle tragedy. This is Tijon, a starlet from the dawn of cinematography, less known for her talent than her tragic, untimely death.
What happened to her?
She wasted away in a drug den called the Door to the River, not far from here, on Boogie Street, a mixture of cocaine and morphine. She was afraid of the world, and the camera, too.
I found a typo. I'm surprised. Yeah, no. For some reason that's a nuance, I guess. I'm sorry, Arya. Of the posters.
The actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard and a toolbox sits under the driver's seat.
Radio.
Looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
This implies that she was going to come back at some point.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
No, I don't need so many.
For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. It looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation, with quite a range too.
Imply anything to do with the radio?
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial key.
What else is here?
The ghostly actresses and the rusty toolbox under the driver's seat and the oddly bulgy seat cover. You wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle. Sandpaper adds extra grip.
I'm going to do a piece of sand with the throttle off some extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
The sandpaper would also rub off the pattern from the driver's right boot sole.
Yes?
Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it yourself.
One of the footprints at the crime scene had an aberration. One sole was smoother than the other.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
Oh. Wait, the missing 8th Hardy here?
Looks like her, yes.
And... women! No. Just the one running the drug trade, what a handful.
Now we know for certain who's the missing 8th person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation?
Those jerks, definitely.
We should see what Titus has got to say on the matter. Are we finished with the lorry?
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. The radio transmitter sits on the center console and a faint smell of perfume is in the air.
Peel off the cover on the passenger seat.
Voila! A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind the seating fabric. You see 3 maps depicting a large metropolitan area. It's Revachon. Some of its routes and highways have been outlined with a pen.
Bonne prise.
Lieutenant commends you as you shift through the treasure, well worn and falling into neat squares. Topmost map?
This large map displays the elevated motorway called 881. The intake leading to Martinez is marked with a blue X. There's another X on the off-ramp at a place called the Old South. Toll booths at the intakes are marked with a circle. It looks like there are scant few ways of getting onto the elevated motorway that runs over Jamrock, and this person knows them all.
Oh.
There, hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on the 881, high above the mass of brown and red roofs that is Jamrock. The commuters don't even look down. The world ceases to exist outside the windshield.
Where does the road lead?
To Coron, through the middle-income neighborhoods there, by the river, and then to Stella Maris and La Delta for work, while the men and women of Jamrock scuttle to their fates below the road.
Second map.
This municipal map from the 30s displays a complex system of storm sewers underneath a sub-district called the Pox, old military hospital, right adjacent to the 41st precinct. No storm will ever drown Revachol, the great solution to the riddle of history. Wind rips through the empty hallways of the once great military hospital, now just a ruin under an overgrown park. Beneath the hospital, great sewer tunnels hum and vibrate with life of their own.
That sound.
The rattle of motor carriages and lorries driving through long forgotten tunnels, lit by gaslights.
They're using the tunnels to smuggle drugs. Third map.
The final map displays a labyrinth of service tunnels left over from the construction of Motorway 881. A few routes have been marked with a pen, where the tunnels and sewers surface near the eminent domain and a traffic island in central Jamrock by the lake. Despite the cold, figures move about cloaked in shadow, their breath escaping in white clouds that fade into the darkness. Wherever you look, the night gives cover to her messengers.
Where are they going?
They travel from eminent domain to perdition and onto the main, over the River Esperance, on Route 881 to the Old South. The exit ramp is supposed to be shut down, but there's much activity. The road spreads like the tentacles of a great octopus.
What does all this mean?
It means that the smugglers are secretly using the motorway to transport their goods and materials. They've infiltrated the East Motor Tract, most likely. The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all of them.
Where does the contraband end up?
Hard to say. This distribution network looks certainly large, yet still vague enough. It doesn't reveal much about the Besmerti behind it.
Besmerti? That sounds vaguely familiar.
The Besmerti is a Revacholian crime syndicate. They see themselves as the inheritors of the 14 Revacholian Indo-tribes, but really they're just violent gangs vying for control on the west side of Revachol. With cool names like La Puta Madre and Ahura Mazda, it's a dark parody.
Who do you think is behind this?
It's definitely not the Union. They just do some logistics. This operation has spread everywhere in Jamrock. If it's that widespread, then Madre remains the most likely suspect. Here's bad news. There have been attempts at a serious investigation before, but they haven't ended well for those involved.
The lieutenant removes his glasses and polishes them with a handkerchief.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi
Which
is
means
a
he has
brave
to.
man for saying Madre's name without the winces and whispers that usually accompany it. Especially bad news for cops who may have something in their past they don't even know is there.
Wait, no, turn the stack place under the seat.
Best not to disturb the scene. I'll have forensics go over the lorry and pick these up later.
The stack of maps looks just like before, barely noticeable. The movie stars look silently by, and the pull-out toolbox has a rubber handle, worn from years of use.
I think there might be something in the toolbox because there's tools all over the floor.
A metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper.
Unfold the newspaper.
It's an issue of Peri Ferik from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages.
Up the note.
It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the ULAN frequency system.
The ULAN frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The rest is as it was. Posters, a radio, dust on the windows. You close the rusty old lorry door.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce?
Oh, definitely.
Alright, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep.
That seems like something police would do. What do you think of this, Kim?
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net. I'm not sure what the ULAN frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks.
Listening in on your calls between you and your station? A worrying prospect.
Oh, and the maps we found. They reveal the geographical extent of the operation. Looks like they've used abandoned tunnels and access roads to stay hidden. This is useful info. And last but not least, it looks like the Hardy Boys knew this driver, as we know that she was present at the lynching. This may be the Union connection we've been searching for.
The probe and the case converged, he thinks. This was quite the find.
What about the movie poster? Have they factored into all this?
As elegant as they are, I don't think they are relevant to the drug trade.
I mean, there are a lot of women there, especially for a lady driver's cabin.
Yes, well...
He doesn't say more.
Unimportant.
I mean, it is. You know, I'm trying to let Harry realise that gays exist. So I guess the RCM have an investigation into this.
We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
He stops to think. What are you thinking?
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madrid grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
Corruption.
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Yeah, it turns out this is connected to the Union then?
Like Joyce told us, yes, logistically. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. At best, this is an angle we can use against them, to other ends, as extra ammunition.
Okay, debrief over then.
Debrief over, after you.
Okay, so we can have a chat with the Hardy Boys about that when we're next back there, which I think might be quite soon. I'm trying to remember all my things I'm doing. That's... What back to Joyce for that? I'm not finding that. That's a later one. Joyce. I've got my badge, so I could just show her the badge at this point. And so I've got a few things that need Joyce. I've got a few things on the other bag of the river. And I've got the smoker on the balcony soon. I think Joyce is in the correct direction though, okay? The bush. Signing, that's on the other side of the river. That's the night. More Hardy Boys stuff. I think I might be able to get hold of Sawyer from TARDIS after confronting him about the drugs stuff, in fact. But for now, I think what I want to do is go talk to Joyce. Oh. Oh, he wants to talk to me? Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm sorry I committed a crime.
I, saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble?
The racist told her where her cabin is. We only searched it.
Still better than me, I guess. Told you there's plenty of others who tell on her. But, is she in trouble?
There's going to be an investigation.
It's that bad. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her?
Really don't know.
Damn. I always warned her to watch herself. Man. Nothing to do now, I guess. Maybe I should just keep my head down and work on my rhymes while I can.
Plan with those rhymes anyway.
Oh, you know. Tommy Leham's gonna be a musician. Sprechgesang, but with beats. I've got a lot of free time on the road to hone my craft.
By Tommy Laham?
Tommy Laham was taken. My real name's Jerry Lafitte. Tommy's way better.
It's more him.
It is. I had another question.
The man taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
God, I know I'm not good enough. I cannot do poetry at this man. I'll leave the art to you, Tommy. Bye-bye. Sometimes it's about making sure you don't make a fool and son of a man that you deliberately beat up a racist to avoid that with. Okay, shop I wanted to... Oh yeah, no, the shirt thing. I won't do that. Failure is fun, but I'm role-playing. I should fail where it's fun. Most relevant, or whatever it is I'm doing. And in 10 minutes I can go and do the balcony thing. So. Let's get Joyce's stuff dealt with quick.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Found my badge, by the way.
By love, you did.
He inspects the blue piece of blue plastic arise, scanning from left to right.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
How about you share your information on the lynching, now that you've seen his badge?
The goalposts have moved, Lieutenant. In the absence of the badge, I have informed my employer there will be a probe. I cannot rescind that promise. To my knowledge, the drivers are still at the roundabout. I will tell you everything I know when you've finished with them.
That's your plan all along.
My plan is to share information. The only way to do that now is by telling my employers you've kept your end, which I hope you will, because let me tell you, we are in dire waters.
How bad can the info she has be?
The sooner the probe is finished, the sooner I can share crucial information with you. Now, is there anything I can do for you in the meanwhile? Tea, perhaps?
I'm going to put on my my clothes that will make this better, because I don't like this lady. Time to put on more good clothes. Drama shirt, activate. Drama tie, activate. Increase composure. Remove glasses. It is time to chat to a woman.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Yeah, no, I refused my promotion twice, if you'll remember, Panda. I spoke to the lorryman.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Where exactly are those eyes located, ma'am?
It doesn't really matter, and I do apologise for the surveillance. Wild Pines can't afford to be blind at a time like this. In any case, it's a relief to know someone has looked into it. If I may ask, will there be an official investigation? I assume you discovered there is an operation.
She's trying to conceal her excitement, but the slight glimmer in her green eyes tells you otherwise. The lieutenant is about to interject. Cut him off. This decision should be yours.
No, I'm letting the lieutenant decide.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I'm sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
Actually enjoying a lot of the Half-Light convo options popping up. Already heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike, but I need your testimony.
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
A momentarily lapse of faith?
They were dispatched after I relayed the union's initial offer.
Every worker...
A member of the board. I tried to convince my employer it was simply a piece of rhetoric, or a joke. They did not appreciate the humour.
You need a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
What then?
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now?
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
Oh, no.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Oh, no. There is... God, the military are the only thing worse than fucking cops. Jesus.
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
Jesus Christ.
It'll be all of them. The decision is already made.
The investigations can team up, share resources and intelligence.
Surely you're joking. These people are killers. My only hope is that yours provides a single, concrete suspect before they indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put...
She grabs hold of the mainsail.
If you don't pin this on someone good, and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
They would have to project strength and power.
God damn.
The Debardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
The Seraï's giant hornet, the world's 2nd largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in less than 4 hours.
Fuck.
These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
I was hoping that I could get them on board, get them... If they trust me, I might be able to get through to them, trick them into helping our cause, delay them, but... Fuck.
As I said, a bloodbath.
This is the great bloodletting I've been telling you about. Oh no. It's a pretty bleak scenario describing.
Many bleak scenarios have already come true, Lieutenant W. Frater Dubois. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
You said the deceased assaulted a woman?
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
What did the teenagers by the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
Everyone except Claire is claiming that story.
This does not come as news to us, but still. To your knowledge, where did this assault take place, if you know?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too. Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
And who was this one?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumour about a rumour. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
What can you tell me about Crenell?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell.
Down a deep, black well.
They boast a long list of clients: Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Fourth world country. Fuck off. Sorry, the concept of a third world country is already bullshit, and adding fourth world to that is just Christ.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes, all the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Okay, anything else you got on them?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources.
Thanks.
If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
She thinks.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I would be dealing with a group like Crenell.
Did you contact the company? Tell them to call them off?
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
She's being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
Colonel, the one who was hanged, did you know him?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
You don't know how you know. It's not written on her face, nor in her voice. But she had sympathy for this man.
You liked him?
Liked is a bit strong. He was the most charismatic among them. He handled all the talking. His departure left a major gap in the group's communication skills.
His name was...
Lely. His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
Tell me about the others first.
One is a man. Corty, they call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman. Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
What would you say was his eye color, the deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
Right in her voice.
That's all right, ma'am. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
Interesting idea, by the way, Panda. I'm not smart. Nationality.
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
This matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body, and Glacier also mentioned it, I believe. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own.
She's not saying Oranje correctly. Interesting.
In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it. Through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Where are the remaining two mercs now?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Vigilantes. You're a professional officer of the only legitimate authority in Revachol.
We still need to know where they are.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Where are these mercenaries' logic?
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbour gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise.
No, he really isn't hiding his disguise, is he?
The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
One is probably in the building overlooking the roundabout.
That would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a short wave at the ship's wheel.
Steal their gun? Panda, no. Wants to be the good Nilford workers by the harbour gates, the scab leader.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a powder keg. Does this not bother you?
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
I had another question.
I hope I can answer it better.
How much time do we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob, and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
There is a brief silence. Seagulls squawk at the bay.
5 days, not more. Maybe sooner.
Jesus.
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
Enough for now, then.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Now can you tell me about these tattoos?
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
Rita with the guard wire and takes the photo and holds it in her hand.
For about half a minute, in silence. She wears fingerless gloves. Her fingernails are cut short and fractured, like those of a working woman.
It was taken with a trigette not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Stay quiet. Observe the woman's expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface. She has no excess of emotions for this cadaver. Has she seen dead bodies before? It's likely.
You think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
She points to one on the photo paper.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Stars in the sky?
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What is the use of this?
The sailor's soul would use it to fly back home if they should die abroad. This is a sort of contraption to be reeled back in by. The silver cord, they would call it.
Where is he now?
A bit more, basically. That's this one has flown quite far by now.
The times have changed.
You could tell me more.
His platoon members? The other contractors. Though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
It could go this or the other way. Maybe if you're tactful, it could be beneficial.
I need the information.
Do what you have to do, Detective Dubois.
I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security, but if you should wade into the mob to find out, I couldn't stop you.
We will be careful, ma'am.
Travels did Dead Man take?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oranese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
Points to it on the photo.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semnes Islands, then this.
What is that?
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Interinsulary Age.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor. And these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
Marcia might be correct. They might be places he did horrible things.
Somewhere in an office lit by a single green desk lamp, Captain Ptolemaeus Price, 58, bald and bespectacled, is writing in a ledger on his desk. Rows and rows of days and weeks, laconic remarks in a single column. Patrol, case, vacation, injured. In Martinez looking into Krenel, he writes in one. Then the man puts down his pen and rubs his temples with both hands. Outside there is a siren. Distant gunshots on the streets of the Jamrock Quarter.
Now, he's no brother of mine, but this is his service history.
That makes sense to me. We have no more use for a map of the waterways, just like we don't need sailors the way we used to. This is what the custom would morph into on the Occident. Mercenary tattoos.
That's all for the tattoos. Thank you for your help.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
That's all. Oh, blooming heck, I'm getting more level ups than I know what to do with. And also, I need to get a nip on because I've got half an hour in the game to get to this. But also, flipping heck, turns out there's a lot of, what are they called? Actually, I'm going to save quick. And then we're going to do a quick beat. We're going to do a quick 3-minute ad break because otherwise Twitch will be mad at me. So again, take a stretch, have a break, do what you need, and I'll be back in 3 minutes. Thank you for being. Why am I talking like a fucking motivational speaker? think about it too hard. Don't think about it too hard. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. I'm the elite sniper. Don't you know? The elitist. Snipers. Elite. That's the side stream. Elite sniper. Lots of visual information. It's this is better than what I It's gonna stop! I've saved the game. I'll see you when it finishes. Chat is just egg now. Fuck. A story. Oh no, the egg is taking over. That's been enough time. I've taken a break. 0 minutes have passed. We're all good. Okay. Nice lie down. Egg. Okay. Gotta get a nip on, Kim. Oh, come on, Timothy. We've got to get a nip on. You gotta catch a man. And I'm still wearing my outfit that probably works. Here, distant traffic, night is falling in the city. Moonlight glow, light pollution rises from the east. There's my smoker. Come on, Halia. It's time to learn to be gay.
Gendarmerie, you found me.
The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette.
It feels like a Friday. He seems to be in a good mood tonight.
Found a key under the stone. Was it yours?
It was mine. My friends use it from time to time to visit me.
Looks at you, something sparkles in his eyes.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
Honestly, I'm just trying not to screw anything up.
Beautiful.
As again, a nearby street lamp casts shadows on his cheek, drawing out the slender cheekbones.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
Door 28. Is it Friday tonight? It feels like Friday.
Yeah, it does feel like the end of the week. Such gentle weather.
Why would I want to meet your friend?
Trust me, you do.
Okay. First, I would like to talk to you. I have a lot of questions.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark and the neighboring windows have lit up, one by one. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush.
Besides, I've got to run.
He's going to leave you alone again. That's sad. Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again.
Run where?
To the city. It's a beautiful night.
Precisely towards distant ways.
A man on high heels stumbles out of a basement club, music blasting over the entire district. It's chilly, and as the chemicals hit his nervous system, 1,000 shivers ripple through his body.
Only if you promise that we'll talk again. Important.
Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
We'll talk. Just not tonight.
Michael shows you brushing his hand through.
Take care, alright?
Oh shit, he's gone through Kim! That's disarming smile before stepping off to the night. There's something so different about him that I can't put my finger on.
Different, of course.
Shirt, why is his shirt always unbuttoned?
His shirt.
Lieutenant squints his eyes, trying to hold back laughter. His shirt?
His shirt.
He's trying to dive deep into the mysteries of his shirt.
His shirt? No, I don't know why his shirt is always unbuttoned.
His mouth tightens as though trying to hold something back.
He's barely holding it together. It's all he can do to keep from bursting out in laughter.
Come on, detective, let's go. We've got a potential witness to interview. His Sunday friend, remember?
Nods at the apartment door before you. Timothy, You won't be there later, okay. Means if I want to... I will unlock one of these at some point, but I don't want to use any of these, so... oh god. The screen's fine on my end, Panda. I'm not seeing any issues with my frame rate. That might be Twitch. Twitch has been fucking up for a lot of people recently. Garbage platform as it is. Oh, what do I want to level something up, but I think I might actually want to level up Volition. Fuck it, I'm leveling up Volition, just so I've used up at least some of my level ups. Okay, well, time to visit a man's Sunday friend, quarterly business magazine. Archie Dragon's silk robe for drama and electrochemistry. Ooh. Well, I mean... what slot does this go in? I have a new outfit forever now. I'm wearing this forever now. It's my forever outfit. I actually might... my tie, yes, important. The same photo at the same time date, year 01. As a man's perfume lingers in the air. WT's insured pros. An empty ashtray. Wait a second, this is actually my apartment. Just soaked up in a pot. Flyers for underground parties. Dates for open lectures at a local university. Something under the bed. A racist hat. Up logic minus suggestion. This tawny, cone-shaped hat looks like a beacon of Samaritan wisdom. It's straws sticking out like antennas. Thank God you can't really see people's reactions when they see you strolling around in this incredibly insensitive headpiece. Insensitive bachelor party vibe. Super logical for a cop to wear this. I mean, I don't have many hats is the thing. So, if I need logic, I'll put on the racist hat, I guess. It's exquisite camping bed made of metal. Buckets of paint on a layer of old newspapers.
You have acquired the robe. Keep it, officer.
The situation.
It looks good on you.
You shouldn't be seeing him in an intimate setting. For some reason, you feel this man is your superior. Superior, but he's not in the command chain. His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur-la-Clé. I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super. I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
No, first ask an innocuous personal question to get the interview off on the right foot. Yes, make it clear you're the one setting the terms here. Yeah, let's fuck with him. Who does he think he is? Assisting you?
Before we get to that, tell me you got this beautiful silk robe.
Oh, we got it from an atelier in the East Delta Commerce Center. Personally, I think it's a little culturally insensitive, but the material is great. Sadly, the shop is now out of business. That's really all I can tell you about it.
Storms little rooftop with his fingers. Cold air sweeps her in from the balcony.
That didn't work at all. What was that? You were supposed to fuck with him, not compliment the decor. The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
What's an official like you doing in Martinez?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled.
You raised an index.
The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment?
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here.
So you're some kind of bureaucrat?
Yes, as I said before, I am a commissioner from Sur-la-Clé working for the Institute of Price Stabilité. This is one of the main projects of the Moral Inter.
He glances at his watch.
Wait, there isn't actually an Institute of Price Stability, is there? Or maybe there is. God, it's impossible to understand whether someone from the Moral Intern is joking or not.
What is the price stability?
It is the most important thing.
That doesn't tell me anything.
It's the central goal of any sound monetary policy. Maintaining the price stability is essential to maintaining high levels of economic activity, which is essential for maintaining high levels of employment, which is essential for maintaining the social stability.
Basically, it makes sure the price of bread doesn't change.
Précisément. Too much inflation, bread becomes too expensive. Too much deflation, it becomes too cheap for bakers to produce. That's why the Institute of Price Stabilité works to keep inflation just below 2%.
Below 2% of what?
But not too far below, no. Too below is also bad. Below, but close to 2%.
Not answering my questions at all.
The coalition believes in the importance of informing the public about the benefits of the price stability. Transparency is one of our principles. Would you like an informational pamphlet?
Okay, sure, give me fucking link.
A sound monetary policy is essential for addressing uncertainty. Stability is the raison d'être of the Moral Inter. It's the reason why I identify as a moralist.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
But I don't have my leaflets on me today. That's too bad. You can always call our information line. Making information available is part of the Moral Intern's commitment to transparency.
Oh, God, he's a fucking centrist, yeah. What's the international community?
La communauté internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
I don't want to know more about Moral Intern before. Actually, I've heard about it before. But
It's the International Organization for Moralists. Hence, Moralist International. The Institute of Price Stability is just one of its many mind babies, as is the coalition.
So what I'm hearing is that we're moral intern bitches?
Doing one's job doesn't automatically make one anyone's bitch. Besides, there are more nefarious powers to work for than the moral intern.
Are you a moralist?
But of course.
But why?
Because moralists believe in a normal, stable world governed by democratic values.
Lieutenant, are you a moralist?
Me?
You've managed to catch the lieutenant off guard, but only for a moment. He quickly recomposes himself.
Are you a centrist, Kim Kitsuragi?
I'm a lieutenant of the RCM, dedicated to maintaining law and order in Ravachol.
A very moralist answer.
The man nod.
The lieutenant is practiced in the art of putting on a show for one's superiors.
Martinez doesn't seem very normal or stable to me.
Martinez? No. Martinez is something else.
What about the rest of Ravachol? Is it part of the normal world?
Ravachol is generally difficult. It's led by an interim government, which means it hasn't yet achieved full democracy. But they are working towards it. You're all doing very well here, relatively speaking.
Okay, so here's another politics choice. Moralism seems boring. Democracy is being a sham among the working class and the boot heel of capital. Like, every time I'm talking to people, I'm choosing option D. None of the above. Is that moralism? Idea of... Okay, so... democracy is a means and shams on the working class under the boot heel of capital.
Of course, the detective's personal views do not represent the views of the RCM.
Ah, my friend. But the lesson of the revolution is that communism does not work.
It didn't work because the coalition crushed it violently.
Oh yes, the big bad coalition crushed the revolution. Tell me, if the revolution was succeeding, would it have been crushed so easily? Are we really so bad for wanting compromise, peace, and prosperity on reasonable, achievable terms? Ask yourself that. Now, enough of this delightful political interlude. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Ugh. Tell me about Sur le Chef.
What's there to say? Sur-la-Clé is a modern, urbanized country that measures very high on the Human Development and Freedom Index. Mostly, though, it's known as the executive heart of EPIS.
He is wearing all of the outfit parts that are going to be the centrist outfit, isn't he? He's wearing the trousers and the shoes that I put on that almost turned me into a centrist.
Moreover, it is a great sponsor of less emerged countries. Ravachol is only one of its many darlings whose progress it supports and cherishes.
What makes Ravachol Sur-la-Clef's darling?
Because a great percentage of Ravachol's culture hails from Sur-la-Clé. Its language, its people, its cuisine even. Or at least in the downtown La Delta area.
Jamrock and other parts of the international zone have been mercifully spared of Sur-la-Clé's love for meatballs and mashed potatoes.
God, that's This man is a walking IKEA. Enough business, something else.
Whatever you wish, officer.
You actually witnessed the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Okay. Where have you been looking for? No, start from the beginning if you don't mind.
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
He holds out his hands and blossoms his fingers, like a drama teacher setting the scene.
I think a better tie would make him more normal, sadly. This man is one of those ones who's just like... I once tried to design a character that was the exact average human. This guy is if you tried to make the most boring centrist man in the planet. I don't like this man. He makes me feel bad.
What do you
Drama
mean,
teacher.
like in a play?
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated. Interesting.
How many of them were there?
I couldn't tell you exactly. Less than 10. Maybe 8?
The lieutenant sends you a sharp look at the mention of that number.
Are any of them huge, like 200 kilograms huge?
That's a giant you're describing. No, they were all quite human, as far as I could tell.
Did any of them look like drummers?
Drummers? Why, no. But then, I don't know what a drummer is supposed to look like.
I think we can drop the drummer angle. That was my bad.
What happened next?
I went back inside.
Yes, back inside. Keep yourself safe from the killing.
Were you able to see anything from inside?
Officer, the yard was pitch black. There was nothing to see, but I could still hear their voices. They were threatening to kill that poor man.
Were they men, women?
All men, I presume. But again, I couldn't see very clearly.
But we are fairly certain the lady driver was present.
Are you sure there was at least one of them wasn't a woman?
It's possible, officer, but I cannot say with certainty. It was very dark, you must remember.
What ethnicity were they? I am only asking this because I want to confirm it.
Well, that's the
Oh shit, I
strangest
misclicked.
part,
Fuck, never mind, I'm not asking that then.
It was oddly quiet for a public lynching.
What do you mean nothing happened? They lynched a guy.
Eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all. There were no gunshots, no celebratory shouts, no anything.
Why didn't you call the RCM?
You're right, of course. That is what one is supposed to do in such circumstances. I was simply in shock. I'm afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was all this happening, approximately?
All I can say is that it was late.
You didn't check your watch?
My watch? Yes, now I remember. It was 30 minutes past midnight, give or take.
So, let me get this straight. You didn't actually witness the hanging itself, did you?
No, I didn't see the corpse until the following day.
Well, that was a waste of time. I'm not going to say that. Those are all my questions. Thank you for your time.
Of course. Anything I can do to assist the RCM.
Can you tell me about your friend?
Ah, my friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
How did you two even become friends?
How did any of us become friends? Bad things happening on the Insulindian Peninsula? Oil platforms ablaze in the night? Civil wars lasting for years? Finally, the international community is forced to step in.
What are you talking about? No one becomes friends that way.
Au contraire. It's how millions of people end up where they are. Meeting the people they meet. It's how I came here, and my friend too. How did any of us become friends?
You describe me the code
Bad
of an
things
occupied
happening on the
ravageur.
Insulindian. One of the wonders of democracy is that everyone is allowed to have his own opinion. And not just allowed, encouraged even. Have you ever tried debate?
Man pats his pockets looking for something. Jesus fucking Christ, have I ever tried debate? What do you mean?
Debating. You should consider joining a debating society for adults. I hear they're oodles of fun. I used to have a flyer for one, but now that I start thinking of it, it was for an improv class anyway. It's this funny theater thing, you know? Very creative. Helps relieve stress.
I loathe this man. What's Kedra?
Kedra is a candidate member of APIS. But, between you and me, their potential membership is a more contentious issue.
What do you mean?
That it's never going to happen. They entered negotiations in 21, and it's been pending ever since.
That doesn't tell me anything about Kedra itself. Is it warm there, cold, something in between?
It's warm. It's also known for its mandarin trees and dust storms from Supramundi. Kedra's an emerging market, but it still has a long way to go. Maybe that's why my friend's menage decided to immigrate.
You haven't told me who he is?
Sorry, who?
Your friend, the smoker on the balcony, we were just talking about him?
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization.
Yes, but his name. What's his name?
Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation.
So, all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts.
He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
Which arts?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world is open wide for a talented youth like him.
This is one of the few times I wish I'd picked face cam so you could see me just staring into space after everything this idiot says. What are you doing in his apartment?
I'm just enjoying the view.
What view? It's dark outside!
Listen,
he says, raising his hand.
A baby is crying in the neighboring apartment.
Someone's baby is crying.
No, listen.
Says again, looking outside.
The Insulindian Bay.
I was asking about your friend.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you've seen him around. He's a busy bee.
I am
I'm just enjoying
Isn't it rude for your friend to leave you alone like this?
We're old friends. Nothing's taboo between us. He comes and goes.
There is only one bed.
I'm sure you'll see him around. I'm just enjoying the view.
It's dark outside.
The baby is...
No, the Insulindian
What about the bay?
This place used to be a luxury accommodation before the revolution. Apartments, of course, were much bigger then. A few walls have been added here and there, leaving some of the tenants without a private bathroom or a kitchen. But the million real view stays. You can't take that away.
He knocks on the balcony door, his face mirrored in the darkened glass.
My friend comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see me. I'm all ears, officer.
Thanks, I've got everything I fucking need.
A moment,
buddy.
Officer.
Oh, Christ.
Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Why can't we talk later?
It's against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
I'm not going anywhere, I'm just around the apartment.
Sure, go ahead. It's a beautiful space. Let me know if you have any further questions.
Yes?
Kim, please. Kim, how do I get rid of this man? Oh, Kim. I've put
Was
on the
there
hat.
anything else? I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
Is it because you did it, Mr. Vilderon?
Because I did it?
The man scoffs.
He's clearly not a man accustomed to being spoken to in that manner, let alone to being accused of murder.
Don't jerk my chain, paper jockey, you did it, didn't you?
What's the meaning of this? Is your colleague here trying to arrest me?
He sounds almost mocking, saying those words. Arrest me.
There is no meaning, sir. Please excuse my colleague. This case has been a great strain on his nerves.
Back off. Now. This man has diplomatic immunity. It serves no good to accuse him of a crime he didn't commit.
It does. I'm sorry I haven't.
Well, I can certainly understand that. That hanging was a surreal play. Everything since then has been too. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. That's when I understood.
Sounds like the victim was unconscious, or at least incapacitated.
Can you describe them?
I couldn't see their faces well, and there were quite a few of them. But they were very loud and very Martinez.
What was it looking for the right wording?
Let's just say that the laboring classes can get rather expressive with their profanities.
What happened next?
I went back inside.
Yes, back inside.
Were you able to...
Officer, the
What
alarm
ethnicity were
was
they?
pitch
Because I
black.
missed this one.
I believe they were mostly white, though I believe I saw 2 Aeropagites among them. And I am quite certain that one spoke with a Mesk accent. Well,
Okay.
that's the eventually, their shouts died down, and that was all.
Seems
I'm
strange.
afraid I don't have anything else to add.
About what time was...
All I can say, my watch. No, I didn't see the corpse.
Okay.
Of course. Of course.
I'm done with this, man. I am done with this fucking... God, This man has made me just... I can't even enjoy my gay robe anymore. Damnation. I've asked him literally everything, so, you know. Not much I can do. I am... That man actually upset me quite a bit, I think. Okay. I've interviewed the Sunday friend. That's all I've got, really, but... Yeah, bleed, Hellgates. It wouldn't count on pulling out the test. Yep. Oh, I didn't do the reality lowdown while I was near Joyce. Oopsie. There's some trash, put some drink in, no. Tomorrow I'm gonna get back to murder weapon, fishing for the armor. Already talked about the bush. I guess they're supposed to do something about the bush. Glacier later. The Hardy Boys telling the whole story. Scab leader, so to speak. Okay. I know what I have to do at this point. I have a chain of things I'm doing. I leave. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go talk to Joyce. Kim is going to go to bed, probably. I need my conceptualization up, actually. Hold on. That's the Shirley's. I don't think anything else does, but I'm going to just quickly double check. Yeah, no, the glasses might have, but no. Okay. Come on, let's have a nap quick. I need to ask Joyce a quick question before I go to bed.
You're back. Good. What can more lessons in basic reality?
Yeah,
My favourite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
What is?
What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the air.
What world is this?
What world? The only one, I suppose. The world of matter. And its pale antipode.
Fading pearls of rise looking to the sea.
The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water.
What do you see?
Great bodies of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough. There is a term of endearment they coined for it, in the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included.
What is it?
Elysium.
World needs endearment.
It does. There are those who would call it hell.
What is hell?
A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mest petro-fascists.
I don't think I've got the whole picture yet.
Oh, you want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
Okay.
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways.
Inside sideways? What shape is this world then?
We used to think it was a sphere, but that is beginning to look less and less likely by the day. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids. but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
ORG, Occident Reverschall.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big three scientific contributors, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
Dark grey corona?
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, but if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
A cold fear seeps into you.
What do you mean, corona? Wait, what the hell do you mean?
You seem to be spooked. Please don't be.
Always becomes only calm. She had a moment. Yeah, what do you mean? Corona.
They say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness. I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here. But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound.
A fractured corona doesn't feel like it's going to bring anyone together.
You have misimagined it. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
Totally disco. It's not like any kind of disco I'd like to go to.
But you already have. And you're doing just fine, despite the rubble.
The cold seeps into you. The air is heavy with 80% humidity. Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there, on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides. The lieutenant observes you both, silently. He adjusts his glasses.
They're pale. What is pale?
The pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality.
Yes. Also, I think we've had enough excitement for today. We do have a case to attend to.
His voice is low, but firm. All she can say is,
Of course, Lieutenant. Let's try something else.
Not part of reality.
Ma'am, remember you are dealing with a very sensitive and impressionable police officer who is still recovering from a recent medical episode.
The Lieutenant's right. Let's change topics. What do you want to know? Anything.
No, I don't know. I need to know. I need to know. I need to know.
good idea. Just ask him. He won't make a scene.
Can I talk to the man alone for a second?
Fine.
He steps away with it, isn't it?
See? What can he do? You're a grown man.
Now, what is the pail?
Are you sure you're sure? Your colleague seemed adamant.
Yes. What's the pail?
Okay. The pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, Detective. The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
Wait, and what's an isla?
Isla is a Messinian word for a continent of matter, enveloped on all sides by the pale. Also, isolation, or landmass. We used to believe there was only one. In the last 4 centuries, we have discovered 7. Windy, Seol, Samara, Ilmara, Grad, Katla, and this, Insulinde.
Insulinde is?
An oceanic isla. It comprises mostly of water. Muindi is the largest, Katla, the coldest, Insulinde, the bluest. What can I say? Each is perishing and dear.
Okay, what is the pale like?
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
Is it here?
No, detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the Isla.
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
1,000 kilometers, the end of the world.
Yes. That is enough. Many cities are built much closer. An uproar of matter, darling, rising into the pale, rolling, evaporating even, a great vision. The area of transition between the world and the pale is called porch collapse. Imagine a grey coronal mist, cold vapour marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism, a mould that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's the most disco thing you will ever see.
You hear your pulse rise. The air feels caustic and cold suddenly.
You're surrounded by pale. How do you get from Isolo to Isolo?
Oh, it is so difficult for us.
Lungs deflate, her words sound like a sigh.
A squall of birds. Hardware operating in the harbour. Firm. Self-evident.
It is possible to force dimensions on the pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path. But it is still hard for humans to navigate the pale without getting lost, or having our minds damaged.
Or its physical qualities?
It's difficult to describe, or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic. The further into pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension, right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. It may be impossible.
The pale can damage the mind?
Extensively.
How?
Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter. They call it the blend over of the self. The pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
What does this over-radiation feel like?
It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travellers to 6 days of pale exposure per year.
It's more for her. Way more.
You're not a civilian passenger?
No, Lieutenant Dubois. I'm entreprenetic business class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of pale transit annually.
Someone else you've met may have been exposed as well.
Oh.
The strange grey-haired woman in her lorry.
Do lorry drivers pass the pale?
Yes, carried in the hulls of airships. It's a horrific job. Automation will abolish it soon.
Not good if people still need to.
You should ask the pal driver about this. See what she says. That poor woman must have stories to tell, like you wouldn't imagine.
Are you over-radiated?
Up to my gills, officer.
Now what is entreprenetic?
Entreprenetics is the scientific study of the pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of grad. The study of the pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
They cross it?
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
What has changed then?
Nothing. We remain powerless before the Pale. The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later.
Aerostatic craft?
Hybrid airships, Detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near Pale to far Pale.
Like catapult yourself through non-existence.
In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end. If we throw them precisely.
If we don't?
Then they don't.
How much Pale is there compared to the world?
The Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more Pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping.
Slipping how? What direction or?
What do you think, Detective?
Detriment. Shrinking. Growing. There is more and more of the Pale.
Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the Pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate. An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the Pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
Everything that where would we go?
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge. I suggest you do the same.
Off we go. You see the hanged man's mouth open.
Go into the world out yonder.
One and all. They say Pale is death, but for the universe.
Why should we just leave, and the world get left behind?
Into our reality.
Yes, sweet reality. But before we do, tell me, Detective, is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
I'm getting a sense of who I am, but no, I didn't know this.
Beyond curious. Tell me, what do you think of the Pale?
It's terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
First we radiate from the observers of your bloodshot eyes and swollen.
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then...
This investigation will be my masterpiece. The one they remember by. I promise.
I hope so. I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him and he is very competent. In the meanwhile...
Some of that assurance is meant for herself, as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here.
You have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time.
Good. You have not passed out from it. Perhaps I worried for nothing. Are we still on the reality lowdown, or should we do actual police work now?
That was fucking insane, kid.
Yes, well, the rest of us have dealt with it for thousands of years, so...
We're a little uncomfortable.
You will have to deal with it, too, the lieutenant thinks. This is why I didn't want you to know.
Right. Let's get to work.
Good luck, detectives.
Nods. Goodbye. Holy shit. That's a... I knew this wasn't the world, it's just like... I knew this wasn't like the same world I live in, but fuck, that's a big difference to discover. Holy shit. gone. Hey, everyone's gone. Give me my bottles. Bottle me up, boys. Oh, I can't pick up the bottles. Fine. I'll do them tomorrow. But I also just... time to go to bed, I think, Kim.
Yes?
No, end of day, huh? See you in the morning, Kim. Good night.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. You see some lights shimmering outside, but it's difficult to make out the outlines of the buildings below. Dark phantoms with many tiny eyes, chaotically arranged and not looking at you. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. It's your face in the mirror, adorned with the expression.
Gloves on. Pants on. Robe on. Shirt on.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. It's your face in the mirror.
Is this seriously not enough
with
electrochemistry?
the expression.
Fuck it.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. It's your face in the mirror, adorned with the expression.
Chat, I'm going to press the button. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My hardest challenge. Making myself pull a slightly better face.
Still not happening. It won't come off that easy.
Fuck. Okay. Well. I should put on some. Wait, pop on some glasses quick. Because I have some things I need to do. Let's see what Half-Light had to say about her. Gotta get logical. Gotta get logical. Arya is pretty correct. That's a good thing to do. But I need to talk to a woman. Oh, hello. She's made around 4 months of payments for this room. That's me logicking out. That's... is a thing. I don't think my authorities can do anything there, so I would just like to talk to her logically. Oh, she's not here. Where are you, Disco? Could she possibly be?
This medicine cabinet is stocked with drugs, plus an old toothbrush, and
The toothbrush.
it's been used quite a lot, but not for scrubbing blood off towels, or anything else interesting, it seems. This toothbrush belongs to someone who doesn't give a damn about her teeth.
The medication.
Pharmaceuticals line the shelves, sheet upon sheet of pill bottle next to pill bottle. Acetylic acid, APAP, eye drops, blood thinners.
Search the bottles.
Pill bottles rattle like bones as you search the cabinet. Paracetamol, histoperidol, something in a foreign language you can't read. Behind them, an unusually shaped nasal spray. Its label reads, Nacra. Nacra? This is used to treat opioid overdoses. Always handy to have around.
Search the pill sheet.
Among some foreign, probably Messinian or Gotwaldian, marked red blister packs you find. What do you find? This is going to take a little know-how.
Well, I'm curious.
Nothing of note. The further you look, the more arcane it gets. You don't know what the rest of this stuff does.
Well, now that does beg a question though, because I don't know where she is. I don't know where she would be. I'm wearing the logic hat and the logic robe. I look like a twat, yes. This is true.
You clearly see footprints in the...
I need the logic, you understand. Where is she? Where could she be? She's not there. I don't know where she is. Well, I mean,
Over there, in the corner.
pinball machine.
Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering. Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready. It takes a while to get into a rhythm, but pretty soon you're able to keep 3 goat-faced balls in play with relative ease. Go, go, Fingerboy.
Pretty good at this.
Your game is definitely improving. The Jolly Goats are flying all over the board, and although a few plummet to their deaths, you're never left with less than 3.
I want to make it clear, I got an achievement for this, so it was worth it.
Suddenly, a special passage leading to the summit slides open at the top of the board. This is where the balls need to go.
Great name for the narrow passage.
Maneuvering a goat ball into a position for a perfect hit isn't easy. More fall to their deaths. But finally, the opportunity presents itself. One of them gets through. Tiny hammer shatters something inside the machine. Something glass. An ampoule? The last one.
Oh no.
The words "pale rupture" light up on the speaker panel and the machine starts filling with a thick, milky fog. Something's happening.
Oh no.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats start slipping, disappearing into the milky nothingness. Lucky goats, the fog looks soft and inviting.
No, Inland Empire. No, they're not.
This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. Use them to calculate where they hit next. You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat is something special. 5 times you snatch him back from the jaws of death.
Hey everyone. Make me good at pinball. I didn't put on my reaction speed things, unfortunately. Able to win. Why do they even make me to win?
How, if you can't even see it?
Did that heal me?
The last goat plummets into the fog with almost suicidal glee. It killed itself to spite you. There goes nothing, finger boy. Hear that? Magnesium. That's what you're lacking. The lack of magnesium has you slouched. The magnesium levels in your blood are dangerously low. It's about the low magnesium levels and not the high alcohol levels.
So there's a lack of magnesium in me?
Yes, and it's critical. Look at yourself. You're practically devolving into a fish due to the lack of magnesium in your bloodstream.
Do I need to mag it sideways?
Mag it sideways? What are you talking about? You need to mag it up. You've probably had 2 heart attacks and a minor stroke already, and the only prescription is insane amounts of magnesium.
So you're saying I need to become a magnesium-based life form?
Yes, if you want to live, you need to evolve. You need to transcend the carbon barrier. Go to the apothecary and buy insane amounts of magnesium. It will reverse the damage to your circulatory system. Just remember, it's not the alcohol. Buy more of that too. Alcohol is not the problem. And it's certainly not the dextroamphetamine, nor smoking for 40 years. It's the lack of magnesium and excess of coffee. You should stop drinking coffee. It wreaks havoc on your gastrointestinal system.
I feel like this isn't good medical advice. Genuine to the human beings are carbon-based or fusing little carbon tubes together for complex mushy structures capable of thought, love and locomotion. It's also known that these structures sometimes like to take the edge off by consuming ethanol, amphetamine, etc. In some cases, it's important to supplement your body with magnesium. Tired, mag it down, mag time. Liver damage, maximum mag. Some people say magnesium doesn't really do anything, and you just need to quit. What do we tell them? No shakes for shivers. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I think, okay, so I'm going to just quickly go back to my bedroom. I have like a minute before the ads start. I think I made an attempt. Vassia was not there. I think. I wish I could start next week literally on the sleep session, basically. I want to just do that first thing next time I stream, basically. Oh god, oh no. Right, I'm having some... The game is... Twitch is trying to do ads at me. There we go. Let's just go straight into the end game of the stream. Because I am... I need to sleep. I've been having a bit of a rough one. And I don't think I want to fit in I don't think I've got enough stuff I want to do today to do a whole other hour. So I'm calling it here, basically. Thank you all for joining me on this Twitch stream, though. Understandably, it's the holidays coming up. On Monday, I will have my birthday stream. 8 PM, as always. Gonna play some Among Us with my friends, and hopefully the voice mod. So it'll be a bit less of a mess than last time I did Among Us via voice chat. I'm gonna, and if I trust you to use your voice on my stream, then you're completely welcome to join me for that. I don't know how many people are actually gonna show up. Hooray! But I know there's enough to make the stream happen. And we'll probably do some Jackbox later on as well, if we get bored of Among Us. It's standard stream, but it's, that's what I do on my birthdays. Next Wednesday, I might be taking a break because it's the holidays, my family will be visiting and stuff like that. So I would like to, be able to see my family. You know how it is sometimes. I've opened the wrong thing. Stop it. Don't play my own channel at me. I'm trying to open Twitch. Show me Twitch. God's frick. Okay. But yes, hopefully I will be, and also Friday. I'm fairly sure I'll be able to do something on Friday because New Year's will be later. But I just want to make sure you all know about the Monday thing and the possibility that there will not be a stream on Wednesday. Because, sometimes there ain't a stream on Wednesday. There might not be. I might end up doing a stream on Wednesday. I'm not 100% sure. So, just be aware. Be aware of all of the things. I'm gonna rate Pank now. It's always Pank. Pank's just so fucking convenient to raid. Goddamn reliable schedule ass squid. How dare they? Also, I should probably talk. They're doing the usual Vampire Masquerade Bloodline stream with Chaotic Awesome. They're good. I like both of these people. They're rad. And I will probably be watching this after the stream ends, which is half of why I'm doing this raid. Usually I'm Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 PM. As I said, this week might be Monday and Friday at 8 PM. Oh god, it is, isn't it? Why is the Disco Elysium? Why is Disco Elysium's menu music louder than all the other Disco Elysium music? I just wanted some atmospheric vibes. Monday, next stream will be my birthday stream on Monday at 8 PM. Okay? Might not be streaming Wednesday. It'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be good. Raiding Pank and Chaotic Awesome. I like them. They're do vampires. I like existing. I need to sleep. I really need to fucking sleep, lads. It's 2 days till Christmas. Bye-bye.